fencing wire was rusted where the pasture met the wood. A patch of dying clover where the ancient silo stood. Silas was a Belgian draft, a mountain made of Rome, who spent his final season simply standing like a stone. He'd pulled the plow for 20 years, he'd hauled the timber beams. Now he chewed the heavy silence, lost in equine dreams. Then came the kinetic spark, a terrier named Jack, with erratic patches painted on a wiry, nervous back. He moved just like a ricochet, a bullet in the dust. He viewed the giant Silas with a deep and loud mistrust. He'd yap around the fetlocks, he would nip at iron shoes, trying to herd the mountain, trying to light a fuse. Oh, the heavy and the frantic, the stillness and the sound. One who watched the skyline, one who sniffed the ground. They shared a wooden shelter when the frost began to bite, an unlikely pair of breathing ghosts against the dying light. Jack would race the fence line, barking at the cars, while Silas stood in patience, counting out the stars. The dog thought he was captain, the ruler of the yard, acting like a soldier who was standing on the guard. He'd snap at Silas' muzzle if the horse came near his bow, possessive of a kingdom that he couldn't quite control. It happened in October when the hunter's moon was high. A scent of musk and danger came drifting through the rye. A cougar from the ridgeline, hungry, lean and old, came slipping past the chicken coop, emboldened by the cold. Jack was on the porch step, asleep and dreaming deep, until the shadow fell upon him, waking him from sleep. The terrier was brave enough, he let a warning fly, but courage doesn't matter when you look death in the eye. The cat was coiled to strike him, claws unsheathed and gray. Jack scrambled on the gravel with nowhere left to play. He let out one high yelp of fear, a sharp and piercing sound that cut across the paddock and vibrated through the ground. Then the stall door splintered outward with a sound like cracking thunder. The physics of the moment tore the barnyard piece asunder. It wasn't speed, strictly speaking, but momentum and sheer mass, as 2,000 pounds of muscle came tearing through the grass. Silas didn't whinny, he didn't make a sound. He was an avalanche of anger, moving heavy on the ground. He placed himself between them, a wall of heaving roan, and stamped a hoof that could have crushed a solid granite stone. The cat looked at the mountain, then looked back at the trees, and decided that a meal was not worth injuries like these. Oh, the heavy and the frantic, the stillness and the sound. One who watched the skyline, one who sniffed the ground. They shared a wooden shelter when the frost began to bite, an unlikely pair of breathing ghosts against the dying light. Now Jack is getting older, his muzzle's turning white. He doesn't chase the cars no more, he rarely picks a fight. He sleeps inside the stable, in the straw beneath the stall, right beside the massive hooves, curled up in a ball. Silas rests his heavy chin upon the wooden rail, watching over Jack, who barely wags his tail. The farmer sees them sometimes when the morning sun is low, the giant and the terrier moving soft and slow. He knows that when the winter comes to take one from the farm, the one left behind will never feel as warm. Yeah, the one left behind will never be as warm.